CNT, Rodrigo Andrade, everybody. Come on, let me hear you.
Hey, how are you? Good afternoon. I'm Rodrigo Andrade. So glad to be here today. As you notice, I'm not American. I'm from Brazil. I know what you're thinking about. I'm not here to talk about soccer, I promise you. I'm not here to talk about Amazon too. I'm here to talk about innovation and artificial intelligence and why this technology has become so important nowadays. Okay, I work for a Brazilian company called FMCIT. It's a very recognized and very important company in Brazil. I know that most of you don't know, but it's a very recognized company there. And there I have the opportunity to work with innovation and artificial intelligence for more than 10 years right now. Just to give you the picture, there is an estimation that between 2018 and 2025, the investments in artificial intelligence will grow from $18.3 billion to $232 billion. A very huge growth, an exponential growth. To be very honest with you, I have never seen anything like that before in my life regarding any kind of technology. And what is crazy is everybody's talking about artificial intelligence, but just a few people really know what it is. And more than that, who knows? Don't have any idea, any clue about how to apply on their business, on their real life. That's why I'm here today. I brought you some examples of, about how to apply on your markets, on digital marketing. But before that, I like to explain what artificial intelligence really is. So what is not artificial intelligence? That's the first thing we need to understand before to understand what is artificial intelligence, okay? The first statement is artificial intelligence is not just virtual assistants. That's much more than that, much more. I know most companies start the AI journey with chatbots and with artificial intelligence, but a lot of other things that we can do with AI. I'll talk about it today, okay? The second statement is, come on guys, artificial intelligence is not here to replace the humans. I know, many jobs will be eliminated, many jobs will require any kind of adaptation. That's true, that's true. But this movement didn't start with AI. I think since the Industrial Revolution, we are hearing that the machines will replace the humans, so please don't blame the AI for that, okay? Hate the games, don't hate the players, as you say, okay? The third, and the most important one, please keep it in your mind, I think it's the most important message of my presentation. AI is not about magic. Each project is a different project. Each company is a different company, each need is a different need. So, it's not a magical bullet. Do not buy a robot, keep it in your office and solve all your problems. That's not the way it works. Artificial intelligence is basically science. It's science that can simulate the human reasoning. Okay? In the picture, just to illustrate the human neurons, but in the end of the day, it's just algorithm, just codes. It's just a little nerd in an office or in his home, creating models, creating algorithms. That's science. But then you're gonna ask me, okay, Rodrigo, but how this information can help me on my business? You're right. That's why I have two ways to explain that. The second way is a very particular way. Okay? It's a way that I brought you based on my experience. So, practical way. I brought you the three most common applications of AI on the projects that I have worked on the last 10 years. Okay? The first one is to use artificial intelligence with natural language understanding. It's the science that can allow a human talk to a machine in the very same way they talk to other human beings. In English, Portuguese, French, Japanese, you don't need to use the machine's language. You don't need to say to machine 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. No, you can say it in your language. This kind of technology is maybe the most famous one in artificial intelligence. And to prove you that maybe most part of you are already using artificial intelligence, I bring a real and famous example from our lives. This kind of technology is used on our smartphones. So I think everybody here maybe is already using artificial intelligence in some way. But the same technology can be used on a chatbot on our website, for example, to guide our customers through our websites. See, in a natural way, in a natural language, not speaking by codes. So we need just to be creative, and I know this is the most creative audience that I have already spoken in my life, maybe. You can use natural language understanding for anything. A second example of the most common applications is what we call computer vision or machine vision. That's the science that allows a machine to understand what is happening in any kind of image or video. So today, we don't need a human being watching surveillance cameras during all the day in 24/7 basis to see if something wrong is happening. A machine can be used instead. Okay? So a machine can identify if something dangerous is happening and warn the security staff. Another good example came from Melbourne, Australia, where the city is already using artificial intelligence to have insights about the traffic and to have more information about the driver's behavior. A third example of computer vision comes from Brazil. I lead a project in Brazil to a hospital, and you know guys, when we are in a hospital, we can have a nurse watching each step of each patient during all the time. It's impossible. So sometimes the patient is alone, and when the patient is alone, feeling better, they will try to do something alone. That's when the accidents happen. So we use this technology to support both sides, the hospital and the patients. You can see on this side, everything is okay. The patient is quiet, everything okay. On this other side, the patient is sit down. Maybe his next movement will be to try to get stand. In this situation, the artificial intelligence identifies the risk and send an alert to the nurses. Okay? A third example is to use artificial intelligence as an advisor. So many companies need to, and you know it very well, many companies need to analyze a large amount of data and from different sources, from different formats to have a decision about something. So the AI can do all this analysis in real time and give you suggestions about how to decide something. Can support you, can give you suggestions and allows you to have a better and faster decision about something. Again, bringing to our lives, bringing to our real lives, we can tell about Netflix. I know everybody here uses Netflix, maybe. Netflix uses the data based on what you watch and search on the platform to suggest us what they think that you would like to watch on that moment. And almost they are right on their suggestions. That's really cool. In my particular case, they are wrong. I'll show you. That's my Netflix Minuto. As you can see, I'm not bossing around anymore in my home. The things are already in place right now. I'm just joking. They are right, but they are based on my kids' history, not mine. The first example is to use artificial intelligence to create and generate content. I know that's hard to believe, but it's true. If I'm not wrong, you have an exhibitor here that work with these kind of things. The machines can already create their own content by itself. A second example is to automate some process. I know that's not new. Marketing automation is already happening for quite some time right now, but you can potentialize that with artificial intelligence. Another example is to personalize and improve customer experience. So, as I told you before, artificial intelligence can analyze thousands of data in real time, and you can show to your customer just what is appropriate for him. Okay? So, you can personalize your email marketing campaigns, the user experience through websites, just in real time using artificial intelligence. And finally, to predictive analysis. So, with artificial intelligence, you can have insights about what's gonna work or not, and why. Just analyzing the history. Okay, just a few examples about how it's already transforming your marketing, digital marketing. But as I told you before, artificial intelligence is just a science. You need to be creative to identify how to use it. Okay? And I also told you, I think you are the most creative audience that I have spoken in my life. So I think I'm in the right place. The first one. The companies don't set a short, a medium, and a long-term goal. It's incredible, but sometimes the project has started for 6 months later. We talk to the stakeholders and the teams, and they are not speaking the same language. They don't have a clue about what's the goal of the project. That's crazy. It will not gonna happen, never. You need to decide, you need to set a clear goal to the project, okay? That's the first pitfall, but it's happening all the time. A second one is, the companies often forget to think about the return of investments. Sometimes, an artificial intelligence project can be very expensive. Sometimes it takes months, years maybe. So you need to think about the return of investments. You need to think about that. Otherwise, don't even start your project. Another pitfall is the people don't hire qualified teams. Guys, that's not the regular IT teams. It's a completely different team. You need to specialized people to work with artificial intelligence. Maybe not on your company, but hire other companies that have specialized people. Then on FNC, where I work, we have built an entire new team just to work with artificial intelligence. A specialized team. That's the way it's going to work. That's not the regular IT team, okay? And finally, the companies don't engage everyone that needs to be engaged. It can work on a different kind of project, but when you talk about artificial intelligence, it's a change of culture of the company. Everybody needs to be engaged, otherwise it's not gonna work. I can assure you, it's not gonna work. You need to engage everyone. My final message for you is, artificial intelligence is not here to replace us, it's here to unleash our potential, it's here to unleash our creativity. But you need to adapt yourself, that's the truth. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in the past. And you know, in your market, to be honest, in all markets, but in your market, to be in the past is not a good thing. So please, adapt yourself, take care, because artificial intelligence is here, it's not a promise anymore, okay? And that's it, guys. Here's my LinkedIn QR code. I also be here today for a couple of hours, and if you want to talk in person with me, I want to be in Boston until Wednesday. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. But if you don't have any questions about artificial intelligence and just want to talk about Amazon or soccer, you can have a beer later, okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to everybody, I'm here, yeah.